Welcome to Airborne-Flight Training. Coming up on this week's episode, Alaska Airlines launches Pilot Academy, JetBlue accepting Gateways applications, Breeze Airways completes training site. Welcome to Airborne Flight Training. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. Alaska Airlines launches Pilot Academy. Alaska Airlines and its regional partner Horizon Air have launched an effort to establish a flight school of their own in the Redmond, Oregon area, the Ascend Pilot Academy. The new program is launched with Hillsboro Aero Academy as an effort to guarantee a steady pipeline of incoming professional pilots as the looming shortage of ATP qualified personnel approaches. The Academy will register and train up to 250 students per year, with support for cadets ranging from low-interest financial aid, a $25,000 stipend to cover their commercial pilot license, mentorship, and the requisite conditional job offer at Horizon Air that promises a chance to fly with Alaska as their logbook is padded out. The school will only begin to cover the needs of the two carriers, who estimate they require at least 500 pilots a year by 2025. Quote, launching the Ascend Pilot Academy addresses a critical need to build a larger and more diverse talent pipeline and remove historical barriers to entry for aspiring pilots, end quote, said Joe Sprague, Horizon Air president. Quote, our goal is to create a program that enables students to complete an intensive training and time-building program with a clear and established path toward flying for Horizon as a first officer, end quote. After the break, Embry-Riddle begins training in DentCHECK.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/rusty today for details.
If it looks good, it usually flies good. The Bristol series of aircraft is proof of that. Furthering their legacy of safety and efficiency, Bristol is proud to feature the Rotax 915 IS Turbo in the current lineup of aircraft. The 915 IS Turbo power plant offers more power than ever before in a light sport aircraft. Learn more about Bristol at www.sportflyingusa.com.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some other interesting stories. Embry-Riddle begins training in DentCHECK. Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University has integrated DentCHECK into its aviation maintenance curriculum, helping the cutting-edge tech to work its way into the industry even faster than before. Atree's DentCHECK is a scanning technology that allows for mapping the entirety of an aircraft to check for millimeter-sized malformations in surfaces and skins. With a variety of tools, technicians can complete rapid, accurate assessments of bird strikes, hail, or damage incurred in production. Embry-Riddle's AMS department has integrated the handheld DentCHECK system for use across the school's own training fleet. EAA Aero-Educate to expand reach with NEXTGEN. Aero-Educate, unveiled at AirVenture 2021, has found its footing after nearly a year in action, bringing the aerospace industry into the classroom to secure the next generation of aviators. Released and curated by the EAA, Aero-Educate is designed to provide educators of children and teens, students 5 to 18, with the tools necessary to foment an interest in aviation. The program uses interactive, educational, and age-appropriate pathways into aerospace, available free and clear for use by teachers everywhere. Flight sims donated to high schools. 5 Oklahoma flight schools will receive flight simulators donated by the Corporate Aircraft Association, meant to enhance the classroom implementation of a high school aviation curriculum. The schools were selected by the Oklahoma Aeronautics Commission to serve as the initial, higher-intensity standard bearers of high-quality aviation programs in each of their respective regions. The Corporate Association funded and donated the sim equipment as a result of studying with the Commission the most effective way to benefit young students to stimulate an interest in aviation. One Air Group adds P2008JC to Diversify training fleet. Tecnam has sold a pair of its premium P2008 JC Mark II aircraft to the recently opened One Air of Malaga, Spain. One Air is the first flight academy to introduce the Tecnam in the country, slowly bolstering the P2008's use case as a contender for the high-wing trainer aircraft throne. The carbon-bodied, lightweight, and modern P2008 is Tecnam's attempt to create a do-all aircraft for everyone from the 5-hour student to the 50-year cross-country long hauler, offering up an assortment of features drawn from the general aviation market as a whole. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. JetBlue accepting Gateways applications. JetBlue has announced the opening of the floodgates once again for its Ab Initio pilot training program. Their Gateway program holds 7 different, distinct pathways for pilots and aircraft maintenance technicians, billed as opening the way to a fruitful career for, quote, anyone with the talent and dream, end quote. They take pride in their training program, calling the Gateway pipeline the, quote, longest-running offering of its kind. So far, JetBlue says it's produced hundreds of new hire pilots for the airline, with 12% of the overall 2021 cohort coming from one of the 7 pathways. For interested pilots, Gateway Select candidates can select between a traditional pilot pipeline where they become a cadet of sorts and update the company on their flight career progress as they build hours and experience, with some minor support, training, and education available through JetBlue and partners as they advance. University students, those in majors applicable to reduced ATP flight time requirements, can join the Gateway University route. So far, 11 partner colleges, with recently added historically black colleges and universities and Hispanic-serving institutions, have joined in offering enrolled students a, quote, direct path to first officer status at JetBlue via a prescribed time and experience-building pathway, end quote. After these messages, Breeze Airways completes training site.
At Diamond Aircraft, innovation is in our DNA. Whether you're taking to the skies for training or business travel, every aircraft in Diamond's lineup features innovative technology, an industry-leading safety record, superior performance and efficiency, and a comfortable flying experience. No other company has pioneered as many aviation firsts, achieved more milestones, or received the same amount of industry praise as Diamond. Discover why Diamond Aircraft is one of the most trusted manufacturers in aviation at diamondaircraft.com.
Aviation Safety Resources is disrupting the market for aircraft emergency parachute recovery systems. ASR systems are smaller, lighter weight, and offer longer repack cycles than similar products available in the current market. ASR has a recovery system available for every type of aircraft: sport, experimental, light sport, general aviation, urban air mobility, vertical takeoff and landing, electric propulsion, and unmanned aerial systems. Find the right product for your aircraft at aviationsafetyresources.com.
Pilot Communications USA is proud to introduce our latest headsets, the Carbon A1 Active Noise Reduction and the Carbon P1 Passive Headset. Carbon fiber makes our headsets 30% lighter than others, which significantly reduces pilot fatigue. Our BlueLink hand control unit allows you to connect 2 devices at the same time, and the record out capability can send audio to an onboard camera or digital recorder. Get the headset that's so light you may forget you're wearing one at pilot-usa.com.
Welcome back. Breeze Airways completes training site. Breeze Airways displayed their recent addition to their Salt Lake City, Utah Training Academy this week, showing off the first of their full motion simulators. The Embraer 190 simulator is flanked by classrooms, briefing rooms, and offices, with space for an upcoming addition in the form of an Airbus A220 sim expected later this summer. Breeze says the training facility will have nearly everything needed to build their operations from the ground up, supporting both pilots and cabin crew. The facility has room for 6 of the sims, 4 flight training devices, aircraft escape slides, door training setup, and a cabin trainer. Breeze's training partner, ATP Flight School, has formed an agreement to add the airline to its first officer pathway pipeline, billed as offering ATP students a direct route to the right seat at the airline. While touted as a simple, achievable route to the airlines, building up all 1,500 flight hours needed for the job is a tall order for CFIs vying for time amongst a dozen former students just like them. If they manage to reach their 1,500 hours, they will move on to the right seat of an Embraer 190 after completing ATP's certification training program. Well, that's our program for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.